points, and I want us to listen in on this testimony really closely. Boom. All right. And you see who it is. You know, it's Kabeer. It's Kabeer, you know.
All right.
Now, let me be clear with this, okay? We know that this is his girlfriend, okay? That's not going to change right now, all right? It just is what it is. You know, the joke is just going to stick, okay? It's just going to stick based on what he's saying and doing during the service, how he wanted to be like Mother Carol in the back, all that other shit is the reason why this is going to stick. I'm sorry. It just is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. And it ain't that he don't know it. He knows it. It's been put out there. That's what people are saying, okay? Everybody has said it publicly. So there's no backbiting here, okay? If I was backbiting and I've been doing it in a private, hey man, yeah, you know, no, it is what it is. But he had a pretty positive testimony that I want to get into real quick before I get into this next thing right now. He had a pretty positive testimony. I want to cover it real quick. But I want to give you, not only do I say it's a positive testimony, but there's another side to this testimony that he's not going to disclose to you or tell you. Okay, there's another side of this testimony that I want us to consider. Okay, and I'm gonna kind of put it. I'm not gonna put it in light speed, but we're gonna speed it up a little bit. Let's go ahead and listen in real quick.
Hey. All right, shalom, shalom, saints. I know this is a. You haven't seen me in a while because I've been pretty busy. But let me do a sound check. I'm hoping that I can get somebody on here, just one person, just to tell me that they can hear me. So I'm gonna give it 1 second here. Gather my thoughts here. For some, Shabbat Shalom. For some, Shalom Shalom.
All right.
Bless to Wisconsin, and I've been taking care of him since 2010, and it's been almost 15 years. 2010. Yeah, that's a lot. It's been 15. It's been 15 years. When you think of it, 25. 15 years. And so the first 7 years was when I was in Christianity. I was taking care of my dad. And then the last 8 years has been when I've been in the Truth with Straitway Truth ministry. And I just want to say this, like my dad means a lot to me. I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have been as successful as I was in the NFL with, just how I came out. My father played a huge role in that. He taught me how to work hard. He instilled in me that whatever you do, you finish it. Whatever you do your very best. That's all you always ever asked for. I grew up in South Central Los Angeles, Crenshaw. Went to Crenshaw High School, and my dad, there was no opportunity for me to join gangs. If I was in the gang, my dad would have laid it into me. The world would probably say he was abusive. I think he was just loving. I feared my father when I did something wrong. Now I didn't walk around afraid of my father, but truly, if somebody was going to report me, if the teacher said I'm going to report this to your father, if your mom says when your dad gets home, fear. I trembled in fear because when my dad disciplined us, it did not feel good. Just his voice alone put fear in anybody. I know it's all growing up, and but it made it easy for me to be a good student, a good player, a good husband. I saw my dad as a good husband, a good father. I have a big family because of my dad. I mean, he was my father. He was the head of the house, and I wanted to have a family like him. I just wanted to be like my dad. I wanted to be a plumber like my dad. I wanted to be a dad like my dad. I wanted my children to love me like I love my dad, and so it's tough to see your father, in this time as he gets older, from seeing him from being the strong man to now where he needs help. And I am thankful. I am honored and thankful, thank the Most High that I get to, as his eldest son, that I get to take care of him in such a time as this. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the opportunity to honor him as he live out his years here on earth. But it has not been easy. It's very hard. Anyone that's ever cared for a loved one who's dealing with health issues, it's hard. It's very hard. I know a lot of people, when they call, they always ask, how's your dad doing? How's your dad doing? But, when I know that somebody's taking care of a loved one, I because of my situation, I always ask you, how are you doing? No one ever thinks about the caregiver and the strain and the sleepless nights and all that goes into taking care of that loved one. I mean, the person that's being taken care of, it's going to pretty much be okay, but you got to worry about the person who's actually giving that person care. So my heart goes out to all those who have taken on that responsibility to care for their loved one, especially their parents. But I wanted to share something here that has compelled me to come out. And I'm not here to talk about what I've done, because to me, it's really more important about what Yah's done. And being in this time right now, I think about the time when I was in Christianity and the 7 years that I had my dad. I was a father of 7 children at the time, really 7 children. I never met the 8th one. You guys know my story if you've been watching me. But it was hard. It was very hard. I felt lonely. Even though I had a wife, she really did not help me in caring for my father. If anything, she was more of a thorn on my side, murmuring, complaining. We could be on date nights. And at that time, my dad could move around, but then he would have moments he get stuck. And we had to call the date night off and had to run home and help my father, sometimes we could be doing other things and be interfered, but that's just part of taking care of your loved one. And during that process, I believe my ex-wife at the time was making complaints to her friends, complaining to the leadership at the church that we were at. And, over time, people start, putting pressure on me to consider putting my father in an assisted living or in a home. And coming from a Nigerian background, that's not something that we normally do. That's not something I never thought to do, just because that's not how we handle our loved one. But pressure came on, and I eventually, came to the conclusion that this is what I'm going to do, because everybody's saying it, everybody was encouraging, pushing it, and in my mind, my crazy answer to prayer, because it was a facility 5 minutes away from here, literally 5-minute drive, not that far from here. That my dad would be really close. It was a facility that they didn't do everything. So there was something that I had to do something for him every night. So it required me to see him every night. And I thought it was perfect, because at least I wasn't going to put my father away, out of sight, out of mind. I still had to be involved. The children can come and visit him. So sometimes he can come visit. So anyway, long story short, I put my dad in there. But it was difficult. Every night I had to go take care of my dad. And I eventually had to hire help. There was a guy named, as a matter of fact, not a guy, he's still involved, Roger. He's been helping me for a long time. I just want to give a shout out to Roger. He's been a dear friend in all of this stuff. And the reason why even though I'm hiring Roger, I think in the beginning he was raising his rates, and he got to the point he stopped raising his rates. I came into the truth. People were discouraging him from coming to the house, was concerned for his safety. People were saying, I'm not afraid, they're called, they're this. And Roger was not listening to the noise. Roger has been faithful. He's been coming here ever since. And I just want to give a shout out to Roger. I even told Roger during the time he came here, I said, Roger, have you ever read the Bible? He says he's never read the Bible. I challenged him to read the Bible, and you'll see everything. And he actually did read the Bible. I think he's on his 3rd round now. And he says a lot of Christians don't read the Bible. I said, Roger, I told you, when you read this, you're going to be able to say you done something that most Christians just don't do. They don't read the Bible. But
it's true. A lot of them don't. Let's continue.
Roger's been there. But there's other people too. There's people that came and gone. A guy named Ray, he helped me. He's more of a commandment keeper than as a Christian. But he came and helped me. There was another pastor that kind of didn't work out. But once I stopped going there, he stopped helping me. But for the most part, there's people that came and gone, try to help out. But it's hard. It's hard to. It's like a revolving door. But Roger's been there. So now, speed up. This is the part I really want to get to. And I'm moved. I'm very humbled. I'm humbled.
So he's about to get into the situation where how he was able to orchestrate this thing with his father. And I really want us to pay attention to the way that he orchestrated this thing, or way that they were able to accomplish it. If you guys haven't watched if you guys haven't watched this one, then it's definitely
that Yah would be so gracious to me to
testimony.
opening my understanding, giving me eyes to see, ears to hear the truth. I came into the ministry in 2017, of July 2017, and mind you, my dad is in assisted living. I'm still caring for my dad. I'm still a husband. I'm still a father. And but I'm also coming into the truth at the same time. I'm in school trying to get my CFP designation, certified financial planner. So there's a lot that's on me. And the only person that I'm getting help from is Roger. Me and Roger is just trying to make this thing happen. And then obviously he's in the facility. So I'm paying, I think I was paying $3,000 a month just to get my dad the care that he needed. So really it was more for me so I can get some sleep. So anyway, I come into the truth, wife leaves. And so I'm here, like, family man, everything to me. I'm here trying to take care of my, trying to find my family, what's going on, marriage is breaking down. And as I'm going through this stuff, I'm still mindful, even though I've been hit hard emotionally, spiritually, with all that's going on. I had the dream, everything just, falling apart. And the whole time I'm mindful that I can't not just express to my dad what's going on with my life right now, because this will put him in a deep depression and it can make his health. So I'm mindful not to say too much to him because I'm concerned about his health. And so I'm trying to figure this out. No one is there to help me out. Christianity, all my Christian friends just left me abandoned. I'm on my own, still caring for my dad. No one says, hey, why are you dealing with your family? Hey, let's come in here and help you with your dad. Nope, it was just all on me. I get into the ministry. I get to, obviously know about Straitway Truth Ministry. Pastor Dowell gets word somehow talking that my dad is in assisted living. And this is after I've decided to, do community. Now, this is me saying, Pastor, I went to him. He didn't ask me. I said, Pastor, I want to do this community, because we had Brother David, Sister Evelyn, now Deacon David. They were coming, Brother Jordan, Brother Ryan. It was just us, a small crew. We got even Amariah in there. She was a little girl, and it was just us. And I decided, let's do community. So we all moved in, or they all moved in here. And my dad, Pastor Dowell said, "Hey, your dad shouldn't be in assisted living. Get him home." And not only Pastor Dowell, and I just want to thank Pastor Dowell just for his love that the example that he shows. He lives it. He backs it up with the word, backs it with his lifestyle. I just want to just say all praise to the Most High Yah. Thank y'all for Pastor Charles Dowell Jr. For even this concept of community, even though this is in the book, but him actually living it out, showing us how it can be done. But it was Pastor Dowell that told me. Now, when one
All right, so you hear, and ain't no thanks to Jesus. we didn't thank Jesus, hallelujah, praise yeah, that Jesus is operating in the, and I think that's often I know he's trying to give credit where credit is due, but it's just sometimes you got to really just give the glory to the Father. You know what I mean? You can't just give the glory to this man, right? Because he's not the one. You feel me? The Father is what led you to where you're at currently. He's leading you here, whether it be for a testimony on how beautiful Straitway Ministries is, or if it's a testimony on how you learn something from this whole thing and is growing from it. But you got to give the glory to Yah. You got to give the glory to Yah. Let's continue though. You can't just leave the Father out of it. I mean, Dowell's got all the
Christian
glory.
pastor told me, put my dad in assisted living. You need to leave your father and your mother and join to your wife, and not be worried about that. Be focused on your marriage, date night. Make sure your wife is happy. And then I come into the truth, and pastor says, "Hey, that's not how we treat our father. You get your dad and you bring him home. Get the guys to go get your dad home, and we will send you a sister to help you. All you gotta do is give her a place to stay." Pastor Dowell not only told me what to do, he also said that he will even provide the help by sending a sister up here. Well, that sister came out here, did an amazing job, got things cleaned up at the thing. We was able to move my dad in here. We were excited. We finally had two sisters. At the time, it was just Sister Evelyn. Now we have another sister. And not to get too much into that story, but that situation with the sister did not work out. Within 3 months, she quit. My dad is home, and all of a sudden, I'm dealing with a situation like, what do we do here? Then we have an elder in the ministry. He's still an elder in the ministry, head of a community, Elder Mitchell in Kentucky. He had a sister there named Kyrisha. And out of his love. Now, so you got Pastor Dowell starting off, and then Elder Mitchell hears about that we lost a sister, and he says, "Hey, we have a sister here. She has 2 children, a boy and a son and a daughter, and she's a great sister." Now he was playing her, he was telling how great she is, but at the same time, he was trying to also play it down, like leaving. And when I say play it down, we say she's a great sister, but she got 2 children and this and that, and I said, we'll take her. He says, okay, because he saw that there was a need, and so he gave up one of his best sister, Kyrisha, to come up here and help me with my dad.
I like that. He gave up one of his best sisters, Kyrisha. That's not his Shia, y'all. I love that. Don't tell me about how ugly she is, okay? That was a beautiful sister with a beautiful spirit. I really enjoyed that he did not bash Sister Kyrisha, man. He didn't bash her. It kind of started off rocky with the whole, oh, she got 2 children thing, da. But then one of the most beautiful sisters that they had gave her up. I love that for that marriage. I love that for that union. I love that for that relationship. Don't make it cringe worthy. Don't get out here and start bashing your own wife. I ain't really like her like that. You know what I'm saying? My nigga. Excuse me, y'all, before I start getting hype, animated up in here. I told myself before I was going to make this a calm one, that I would be, at peace. I'm going to have the peace. But I love that. It excites me. You see, that's why I got this big smile on my face, because it warms my heart to know that he didn't go into bashing his own wife as to how she looked, if he was attracted to her or not. I love it. I love it. Hallelujah. Shout out to brother. Shout out to Elder Kabeer here for not doing that. Let's go. Beautiful Sister Kyrisha, beautiful sister. Let's go.
He worked in the industry, worked in helping the elderly and things of that nature. So she came up here and has been here ever since. She's been here. Eventually, she even became one of my women. But she's been helping with my dad. And I think I just want to give a shout out to Elder Mitchell. Thank you so much for loving me. At that time, you saw a need and you helped the brother out. And I'm still experiencing the blessing.
And shout out to Sister Kyrisha for going there and putting in all the work. That nigga ain't do shit. All he had to do is say, "Hey, man, hey, sister, go up there and go live up in this mansion real quick." That's all he had to say. Sister Kyrisha had to come up there and put the work in. You better appreciate that woman for coming out there and putting the work in. Now she your wife, huh? Oh, hallelujah. Now she your wife. From what I'm hearing, she's with child. Hallelujah. She came out there, put the work in. You better thank her, man. Mitchell ain't do shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even his daughter. They ain't even somebody he can. Nah, he ain't do enough. Sister Kyrisha, hallelujah. Big ups to you, sister, for not only loving on this black man right here, but going out there and supporting his home and building, helping him out with his father. A lot of sisters will be murmuring, complaining, and griping and doing all this extra stuff. Listen, man, you out there taking care of business. Now, I ain't trying to steal the shine. Okay, I'm not trying to steal the shine, but I'm adding on to it, man. And hallelujah. Let's go. Let's go. I would get a shout out to her, man. I'm like, listen, shout out. Yo, because she deserves it. Because she had all that work she had to do. Moving out there, doing all of this and that.
Man, of your love and pastor love. And so just thank you. But you know, it's so interesting. And the reason why I'm sharing this stuff, because when I talk to family members, natural family members, and I tell them, have you guys, I know you guys think we're in a cult, and have you guys ever considered being thankful to Pastor Dowell, to the Straitway Truth Ministry of helping to take care of your father? You know what I'm saying? And I say, isn't this an indicative of the ministry? They said, no, it's an isolated situation. So you have a pastor, the head of the ministry. He says, get your dad out of the assisted living, bring him home. My dad is here because Pastor Dowell instructed me, said, get your dad out. And not only that, get your dad out and figure this thing out. We're going to send you a sister that will take care of your dad. That'll be your primary job. She quits. Elder Mitchell comes in. Different community, still Straitway, but a different community, different state. Says, hey, see a need? We have a sister here for you. We want to help you out. You just got to take care of her. Boom, came in here. Done. So now, this has been going on for the last 8 years, guys. 8 years, right? And so now my dad is getting older in the course of all of this stuff. He's getting older. He has more needs. He's not as mobile. He's not as, you know, his mind is not always there. You know, one minute he's here, one minute he's not there. Sometimes he can be, you know, rustling, tussling. You know, you don't know what you're going to get. But there's people there. Then all of a sudden, Kyrisha, she gets pregnant. We had another sister come in. She comes in, a little bit help, quits. Now it's like, okay, what are we going to do? Kyrisha's pregnant because she's my woman now. And so then I have to now go to Bree. I said,
why are these sisters quitting? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I would like to know why they quitting. I know he's not going to disclose that, but why are they quitting? Is it too difficult? You know what I'm saying? Like, of a job. And that's where you should really give credit to your wife, Sister Carisha, for stepping up and being there, like not wavering from the challenge here. You get what I'm saying? However, why did they leave? But my thing is that give your wife some credit. You know what I mean? Bigger up a little bit. You feel me? It's all right. She can deserve to feel like she the shit because she's sticking this out and she's showing up to you in a major way for you in a major way. She's showing up for you in a major way. Let her feel that. You feel me? I'm pretty sure you do in the private. Don't get me wrong. But publicly, if you're gonna thank anybody, don't thank Mitchell's. Excuse me. Don't thank Mitchell. Right, because I'm about to say something about Mitchell. You know, I was about to listen. I'm on your ass, Mitchell. Don't thank Mitchell's ass. Thank your wife. Thank your wife for showing up for you in a major way and sticking around. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Big time.
Bree, I need you to step in the game. Now, it's not something that she signed up for or in her Western mindset, but she found a way, made it happen. This is a woman with three of my seed here. She got 2 sons and a daughter for me. And now she's getting in the game. She's dealt with it, but not at this level like Kyrisha is trained. Kyrisha's trained in this stuff. She's like learning how to kind of get in the game. So now she's in the game. So I got 2 sisters, myself and Roger, making this thing work. And then sometimes I gotta, you know, get my brother. I have to pay. I have to pay for him to come out here, pay for him to be here. It's not free. Even though.
Yep. So he's paying the brother though to be out there, and it ain't free. That's what I really wanted you guys to hear is that testimony. It's part of it. 18 minutes in. Listen, we got through that quick because I sped that up. Okay. My thing is this, right? And all the stuff that this ministry has done for Kabeer. Okay. This man is the pockets. Okay. This man is the money bags in the ministry. You understand what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Him and Rob Mathis and Daniel Mir, these are money bags in the ministry. My thing is this, right? If that same situation was happening for a brother like me, would I get the same support from the ministry? That's my question. Anybody want to answer that in the comment section? If this same situation was happening to a brother like me, you understand what I'm saying? Or another brother in the ministry, you understand what I mean? Would we get the same support from leadership? Sending out this sister, I got you. I'm gonna send this sister here. I'm gonna do it. And at the time, I think he just got started with doing homesteading or whatever he was doing with the community thing. You understand what I'm saying? But he just was getting started. Now, I believe that a lot of this stuff was taking place prior to the community being started. You understand what I mean? Now, I don't want to misspeak on that. But I believe a lot of it kicked off where he brought his dad to the crib, from the home to the crib, and this was before he moved everybody in. And then he moved everybody in, but he still was looking for somebody to help him with the pops. You know what I mean? And so I believe a lot of this took place and unfolded prior to the community. Okay. So that means he was a man living in his house alone, right? With his pops. And they were looking to support him 100% in what he was doing. Anybody believe that I or anybody else outside the money bags, okay? The money bags here, right? The money bags over in Indiana, you know what I mean? Rob Mathis and Daniel Muir and them ex-football players who seem to have multiple wives now, positions of leadership, and you got other brothers that's sitting around there like bimbos, like bobos, just looking around, no wife, no recognition. They've been busting their ass since day one. They've been in the ministry for about 9-10 years, 4 or 5 years longer than these NFL players, and they don't got nothing. But these people come in right out of nowhere, right? Drop into the ministry with the money bags, multiple wives, ample amount of support. Shit, I was going through my own personal shit, and he's like, I ain't giving you shit. He said that in open sermon. Okay, everybody. He's like, I ain't giving that brother shit. We got it too. And I could have used it. I could have used a little bit of help. I grind. I got it done. But my thing is that, regardless, I think I would have saw more love coming from a, what, I rebuked you openly, but guess what? Call me. I got you. I just wish you would have called me before. You know what I'm saying? Something. But I would have saw that as real, like, bruh, okay, all right. Because it wasn't that I wasn't willing. It was just that at the time it was difficult. You get what I'm saying? At the time it was difficult, right? And I had to make some things shake. And I just moved not only from city to city. I'm in a whole nother city trying to plant roots, getting closer to the saints in that city. It ain't no easy task to plant roots in a whole nother city when you came from doing business over on this city. Now I gotta reorganize and develop my business relationships over in a whole nother city. Like, not even trying to really think about my situation and circumstance. And not only that, a couple brothers bailed on me when I needed them for a project, and they said they would be there, but never showed, never even called. No call, no show. And he said, I ain't giving that nigga shit. Well, I ain't giving him shit. You ain't getting shit, and I got it too, but you ain't getting it. It was funny to me. It was really funny to me. You know what I mean? And I don't mind it. It is what it is. Cause like I said, I went and got it and I had to get it how I needed to get it. Which it wasn't illegal, but everything was lawful. I did my thing and I hustled and I did what I could to make it work. Okay. But my thing is that the amount of support that this brother's gotten, that shit is excessive, yo. It's excessive. It's favoritism. It's all that. Let me see what y'all talking. Let me see what y'all talking about, man. Creisha is a beautiful spirited sis, keeping it 100. She had extra motivation to stick around. Absolutely, man. Listen, my wife, man. Big ups to her, man. She stuck it out, no quit, grit, all of that, man. Continue. Man, this is a beautiful woman, man. I'm so blessed to have her. Like, come on, man. It ain't difficult, yo. It ain't hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you making it hard, bro? Why are you making it hard to show your wife some love? But I just love the fact that she's still stuck there and she's doing her thing, and you didn't talk bad about her. I'm still happy about that. You understand what I'm saying? I'll take a win. You know what I mean? A win is a win. You understand what I'm saying? A win is a win. I will take that as a win. You know what I mean? Stop talking bad about your wife, man. It's not a good look for you. It's not a good look for you. She's a beautiful sister. Keep it at that. Beautiful spirited. Love that she's around. The children are well mannered, well behaved. Love that they're around. Love being you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. You know, you ain't got a lot to us, but damn, you know, look at for the good things for the public. You do it for Dowell. Kabeer. You look at the good things for Dowell. You don't say that this nigga, you don't say nothing bad about Dowell, even though you know that he been doing some messed up stuff lately. Why you coming out here, man, talking about your wife like that, but won't talk about Dowell and put him in the bad or like? Why you come out here bigging up Dowell and doing all this extra stuff for Dowell and Mitchell and stuff? But bro, big your wife up, man. Put some respect on her name. You get what I'm saying? She's stuck by that, man. I promise you, she's gonna probably listen. It's a blessed way to have a wife, you know what I mean, who's going to handle things like that for you and on your behalf, stick by you, and not be out here murmuring, complaining, and bitching and griping and moaning. Even though she might have some valid reasons, because you out here calling her ugly and shit. You know what I mean? Like, chill, bro. Like, she's a beautiful sister, yo. Like, if you're the type of person who sees the outward appearance and then that's what you go off of for a wife, we see why your first wife did not stick around. And this ain't no shots. This is you understanding how to pick them. You know, sometimes you can't go based on what you see is aesthetically pleasing. Sometimes you got to go based on what's in their heart, what's in their spirit. You feel me? What's in their mind? Do they fear Yah? You understand what I'm saying? That way you don't have a repeat of what's going on with the first one who couldn't even hang in there, couldn't stick it out, couldn't tough it out. Like, couldn't even try to support you in this new venture of discovering Hebrew faith. Like, give it a couple tries. You feel me? Take your big toe and stick it out there and see what happens. You know, like, do something. I'm pretty sure they both had a great experience because based on the accounts that he's given, they bending over backwards to be sure Kabeer is comfortable. You understand what I'm saying? There's no way that Kabeer could ever have a bad experience unless he's had a bad experience. He's gonna have to work hard to get that bad experience because ain't nobody getting the Kabeer unless Dowell allows it. You get what I'm saying? Because that's the money bags. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't expect him to come out here and say, man, Straitway is some bullshit. Why? Look what great lengths they went through to be sure that he was taken care of. But he ain't gonna do that shit for somebody like me. He ain't gonna do it for nobody, no regular schmegular dude. Man, I really need some help with my mom, man. You know, this, that, and the third. Oh yeah, I'll pray for you. He probably ain't gonna even pray for you. He probably just walk right past you, like, oh yeah, hallelujah. Like, yo, let's keep it real. Let's keep it all the way a buck, y'all. All praises to Yahweh for giving him such a humble and absolutely obedient wife. Shout out to that sister, man. Shout out to the wise man. And for his first wife to step up and actually start learning more and getting her hands dirty and in the game. Listen, hopefully she wasn't murmuring, complaining about it, but that takes some shit. That takes some shit. You really gotta, you gotta put forth some energy. You feel what I'm saying? So that's worthy to praise. That's worthy to give some credit. That would be a big no. Oh, it would be a big hell no. No way. Absolutely. No, and no. You already know it. No. Those other sisters left because it was oppressive and physically / sexually dangerous for them. Ooh. Okay. That's it. That's another testimony of sisters being in danger in that way in some of these communities or so-called communities or fellowships, of Straitway, of it being physically and sexually dangerous for them. And I really hope that they come out and want to tell a bit of their testimony on this, because you know what? That's just unacceptable. You know why they left, Kabeer. Just keep it a buck, man. Keep it real and make sure that it don't happen to people. Now, this is what the thing is when these testimonies need to really be like out there. You know what I mean? Like, because like another sister come behind her, they'll see this mansion, they'll see this man, they'll see all these other things, right? And they thinking that they come to a place where they can be at peace and everybody serves Yah and nobody's gonna try to violate them. Whereas the fact physically and sexually dangerous is a real thing. And think about if we're not on here talking about this stuff and shedding light on this stuff so they can have the understanding before they get themselves committed to something. You feel me? Giving them the choice and the option to choose. Do I really want to put myself in a position where I can be sexually or physically harmed? Or do I want to say, nah, I'm good. Let me take a couple step backs and let me observe something first. You get what I'm saying? You already know. No, sir. Absolutely. I believe that. I wonder, man, listen, nothing. So I really wanted to touch on that. And it's like, we got to understand what bias is. What bias is and what respective of persons is. Man worship. We got to understand what that is. That is Straitway Truth Ministries. Bias, respective of persons, man worship. Don't get me wrong. I liked how they handled this, but handle it for many the same way you would handle it for him. The same way treat him, treat Kabeer like, like he was any other guy. And if this is what you do for Kabeer, then you should want to do that for any brother in your fellowship. You should at least want to do the bare minimum, which is, help them out with a little bit something monetarily, right? You should want to. You should have a desire to want to do something, right? Instead of just telling them no. You got all this money you funneling out, you giving out, right? And you have a hard time with helping out individuals who may truly need the help, who are truly in need, not individuals who are just wanting something because they want to live a certain lifestyle, right? No, like individuals who truly need help. You're putting them down. You're shooting them down, and you're not giving them the adequate help that you should give them, regardless on how you feel about the situation or not. Sometimes people just need a little bit extra helping hand and love. And also you need to really show them that you can be there for them. Sometimes they feel like me personally, I didn't feel like that I had people I can go to. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't feel like that I had people I can really lean on. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's just kind of what it was. And as growing up, me personally, I felt like as a man, I felt like I need to go and make this thing work how I need to make it work. That's just kind of how I felt at the time. You get what I'm saying? So when you have a person who's not even in the mindset of asking for help, right? And you call it prideful, well, damn, I didn't really even know that was a choice and an option. I've been getting it like this since I was a little one. You feel me? Like since I was a young one, I've been getting it like this. I've been literally figuring it out. And the Most High is faithful because he always seems to bless, right? He always seems to make it work. He's faithful. You know what I mean? He's diligent. But once you show up in a real way, when the person don't even know that they can come to you for help, and you just help them anyway. They didn't even ask you for it. You just heard about their circumstances and situation, and you cashed them out, or you showed up for them, whatever it may be, and they didn't even know that they could rely on somebody else outside of themselves. You know how you can win so many men and women over to the Messiah just by showing up, just by being there, for putting yourself on the line. Like, really have them sold out. You know what I'm saying? Because, you were there when nobody else would ever be there. So, but this right here is respectable persons. This is man worship. This is all of that. You get what I'm saying? But the testimony was beautiful. And I don't want to take away from the testimony. I'm just shedding light on the truth of the testimony. Not only can you not speak up in Straitway, you can't say shit. You say something, you speak up, you speak against a leadership or whatever it may be, bro, they're going to bury you. They're going to bury you for their reputation. That's all that's going to really happen. But if you're a Kabeer, you're going to be heard. If you're a Kabeer, you're going to be heard. You're going to be well cared for. They're going to make sure you got everything you need. They're going to go above and beyond, right? And Mitchell had a sister that was one of the most beautiful sisters he had on the land. And he offered her up to Kabeer, right? Now that's his wife. That sister did a fantastic job. Like, that's her rapport. That's how she get down. You feel me? That's just her. She just got it in her like that. You get what I'm saying? And he did all that shit just so he can get some recognition from maybe he didn't. This is just talking shit. I'm talking shit. All right. But it's possible. I don't know what truly was in his heart when he did it. fulfilled the need, but I don't think he would have done that shit for anybody else. I don't think that Mitchell would have went out of his way to give up a sister. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe he would. My thing is this, right? We're pleasing a man right now, and we're making sure he got everything he needs so he don't go nowhere else. We got the money bags. You got to secure the bag. Got to secure the bag, yo. Got to secure the bag. Now, I want to address this here real quick. We're going to go ahead and address this, man. I'm going on my own time. Y'all stay tuned. Kabeer will be dealt with as well. I guarantee it. Listen, I'm ready for that truth to come out. However it got to be presented, let that truth come. Let that truth be exposed. You understand what I'm saying?